Hold on to your wigs because Baddies USA just turned into a full-blown demolition derby. And this time, the wreckage has names Tesehki and Chrisean Rock. What started as a little shade turned into the kind of chaos that makes love and hip-hop look like Sunday school. We're talking screaming, swinging, and enough flying hair to start a new wig line. Apparently when Tesehki snapped, she didn't just raise her voice, she raised the entire internet. Within minutes, social media went from, "What's happening?" to "Somebody call Zeus, this is too good to air." Fans are calling it the fight of the year, while producers are probably popping champagne because this meltdown just guaranteed record-breaking views. Rumor has it, this feud had been simmering for weeks. Secret DMs, shady live streams, and sister tension so thick it could stop Wi-Fi. But when the cameras started rolling, all that pent-up energy exploded like a reality TV grenade. And let's be honest, if you thought the Kardashians brought drama, this makes them look like they're playing Uno on family night. This isn't just a fight, this is Baddies history in the making. You ready for the real story behind the madness? When the cameras started rolling on Baddies USA, no one expected it to turn into a heavyweight championship bout disguised as a reality show. The tension between Chrisean Rock and Tesehki had been brewing like a pressure cooker with no lid, and everyone could see the steam coming. You could feel it through the screen. Those icy glares, those sharp comments masked as jokes, and that signature Rock family fire that never stays quiet for long. It wasn't a question of if they'd explode, it was when and how loud. People close to production said the air was so thick with attitude, you could cut it with a butter knife. Tesehki had apparently been holding back for weeks, watching her sister take center stage, dominate headlines, and drag chaos into every scene like a tornado in designer boots. Meanwhile, Chrisean was doing what Chrisean does best, being unapologetically wild, loud, and unfiltered. Fans say that combination is entertainment gold. Tesehki says it's pure madness. Either way, something was bound to detonate. It all started over something so small, it could have been settled with a text. But on Baddies USA, even a side-eye can spark a season-long feud. Word is, Tesehki called out Chrisean for always playing victim while stirring the pot behind the scenes. Chrisean clapped back with that trademark confidence, throwing lines that could melt concrete. And that's when the cameras caught the shift. That silent, deadly calm before a hurricane hits. Suddenly, words turned into action. Drinks flew, tables rattled, and the background girls scrambled like extras in an action movie. What was supposed to be a casual conversation turned into the Real Housewives of Baltimore Cage Match Edition. People watching live said it looked less like reality TV and more like pay-per-view. The production crew didn't know whether to keep filming or start running for cover. The internet got wind of it before the episode even dropped. Someone, probably a crew member with loose morals and fast fingers, leaked a snippet online. Within hours, the clip spread faster than a Kardashian pregnancy rumor. The audio was messy, the video blurry, but it didn't matter. You could clearly hear Tesehki yelling, "I've had enough!" And that was all fans needed to declare war on every social platform. Twitter turned into a courtroom, Instagram became the crime scene, and Zeus Network? They probably sent out a thank you card to the drama gods. Fans started dissecting every frame like FBI agents solving a high-profile case. They pointed out who was standing where, who tried to intervene, who grabbed whose wig, and who looked too calm to be innocent. Chrisean loyalists swore their girl was defending herself. Tesehki's crew claimed she finally stood up for herself after being publicly disrespected for months. And while everyone argued online, both sisters went quiet, which only made things worse. Because silence, in the world of baddies, is louder than any fight. Then came the leaks. Private voice notes, old lives, and cryptic tweets resurfaced, showing that this wasn't just a random meltdown, this was years of sibling rivalry exploding in HD. The two sisters had been trading subliminals long before the cameras rolled. Family dinners? Probably awkward. Group chats? Ghost town. Chrisean's rise to fame with her unpredictable antics made her the star, but that spotlight left Tesehki in the shadows, and the internet thrives on that kind of imbalance. Everyone wanted to know, what really made Tesehki snap? Some say it was jealousy. Others say it was exhaustion from constantly being compared to her sister. But the truth is it was bigger than fame or followers. It was about identity, about one sister being known for breaking the internet and the other being tired of cleaning up after it. And when emotions like that bubble over, no reality show paycheck can contain it. The fight turned Baddies USA from just another messy show into a cultural event. Reaction videos flooded TikTok. Meme pages went into overdrive. Even celebrities couldn't resist commenting, from rappers making jokes about Rock Family Fight Night to influencers pretending to choose sides for clout. Everyone had an opinion, but no one had the full story. The producers, of course, played it perfectly. They teased it with slow-motion trailers, dramatic sound effects, and captions like, "the moment that changed everything." Behind the scenes, insiders say security had to step in multiple times. Chairs were knocked over, microphones were ripped off, and at one point, even the director shouted, "Cut!" But no one listened. The sisters were too far gone. It wasn't just about who said what anymore. It was about pride, pain, and pent-up emotion bursting through years of unresolved drama. The moment was raw, unfiltered, and absolutely TV gold. Social media users started drawing wild comparisons. One fan tweeted, "This fight makes Cardi B throwing a shoe at Nicki look like a spa day." Another wrote, "The Rock sisters just did more for Zeus ratings than the Super Bowl halftime show." The chaos became entertainment currency, and everyone was buying in. Even news outlets that usually ignore reality TV started reporting it like it was breaking news. And while all this unfolded, Chrisean and Tesehki were living two very different realities. Chrisean was posting cryptic messages about fake love and family snakes. Tesehki, meanwhile, went live calm and collected, claiming she said what needed to be said. That calmness was scarier than any scream. It was the kind of energy that says, "I'm not done yet." The internet could smell the next round coming, but what no one realized was how deep this feud actually ran. This wasn't just a sister squabble, it was a mirror of fame's dark side. Fame doesn't just change people, it separates them. And when you mix blood with business, you're practically inviting chaos to dinner. Baddies USA just happened to capture it on camera. As fans replayed the leaked clip 1,000 times, one thing was clear. This wasn't staged. The way Chrisean lunged, the way Tesehki's voice cracked, the raw emotion, it was too real. For once, reality TV actually delivered reality. And it was messy, loud, and unforgettable. By the time the episode teaser officially dropped, Zeus's servers nearly crashed. Tesehki snaps on Chrisean Rock became the most searched phrase of the week. YouTubers made think pieces, Twitter spaces popped up overnight. Everyone wanted to know who was right, who was wrong, and what really happened after the cameras cut. But one thing nobody can deny, Baddies USA just rewrote the rulebook. What used to be about wild parties and broken friendships just turned into a full-blown psychological thriller starring two sisters who love each other, hate each other, and can't escape each other. And the world is glued to every second of it. After that explosive episode teaser, the internet transformed into a full-blown circus, and Baddies USA was the center ring. Everyone wanted a piece of the drama, and they didn't care who got trampled in the stampede. It was like watching the Super Bowl of sister fights, except this time the halftime show was pure chaos, and the referees had already quit. The memes came fast, the reactions faster, and somewhere between the tweets and think pieces, the entire world forgot that this was supposed to be entertainment. It became a cultural event, messy, magnetic, and absolutely addictive. Celebrities started jumping in because, let's face it, nobody wants to miss a viral storm when it's trending. Reality stars were posting cryptic tweets like, "Family always hits harder," while rappers quoted Tesehki's lines as if they were bars from a diss track. Even Blueface, never one to stay silent when drama calls, couldn't resist dropping his 2 cents in the most chaotic way possible. His posts were a mixture of shade, confusion, and the kind of petty energy that could power an entire season of Love and Hip Hop. And of course, Chrisean fired back because silence isn't in her vocabulary. Fans were eating it up like popcorn. TikTok timelines turned into mini documentaries with people analyzing every second of leaked footage like courtroom lawyers. Did you see how Tesehki looked right before she stood up? One user said in a viral clip, pointing to freeze frames as if decoding the Zapruder film. Another fan made a 12-minute edit titled "Sister Showdown," the untold story that racked up 500,000 views overnight. Everyone became an expert in body language, sibling trauma, and Zeus production conspiracies. But what made it even wilder was how divided the audience became. It was no longer just Team Chrisean or Team Tesehki, it was a full-blown digital civil war. People unfollowed each other. Comment sections turned into battlegrounds, and YouTubers made 20-part breakdowns with titles like, "The real reason Tesehki snapped, you won't believe who started it." Even verified accounts were weighing in. Because nothing says celebrity relevance like inserting yourself into someone else's meltdown. Meanwhile, Zeus Network was sitting back, counting views and pretending to be concerned. Their marketing team didn't have to lift a finger. The internet was doing the promo for them. Every repost, every tweet, every meme became free advertising. It's the kind of organic chaos brands dream of, but could never afford to buy. They teased more unseen footage, added ominous music, and promised that the next episode would shock the nation. Let's be real, it already had. The craziest part? Even rivals of Chrisean and Tesehki started jumping in, using their feud as fuel for their own clout. One influencer went live saying, "This is why I don't do reality TV, y'all too messy," while conveniently tagging both sisters for attention. Another posted a reaction video pretending to cry, then plugged her makeup line halfway through. Everyone wanted a slice of the chaos cake, even if they didn't bake it. Then came the public outrage. Parents started complaining online about how toxic Baddies USA had become, conveniently ignoring that they were the same people streaming every episode twice. Think pieces popped up about the dangers of televised family feuds, but let's be honest, the moral outrage was just another form of entertainment. People love pretending to be shocked by the same drama they binge watch in private. It's the guilty pleasure cycle of modern fame, and Baddies USA had become its shining, or rather burning, example. Behind the scenes, things got darker. Rumors spread that production had to separate the sisters after filming Wrapped. One insider claimed the reunion episode nearly turned into round 2, while another said security doubled for safety. Chrisean's team allegedly demanded edits, while Tesehki's side threatened to release the full truth. The entire situation started sounding less like a show and more like a legal thriller. Even publicists were panicking. You could almost hear the PR alarms blaring across Los Angeles. And of course, fans didn't make it easier. The comments got nastier by the hour. People were taking screenshots of old tweets, digging up childhood photos, and crafting conspiracies that made the Illuminati look like amateurs. "Tesehki's been jealous since day one comment screamed. Another replied, "Chrisean manipulates everyone around her." Nobody was holding back, and both sisters' names trended for days. It wasn't just a scandal anymore. It was a social media war zone. Then came the remixes. Oh yes, the internet's favorite coping mechanism. DJs took audio from the fight and turned it into club tracks. Someone auto-tuned Tesehki yelling, "I've had enough!" into a viral TikTok sound. Others mashed the brawl with scenes from Bad Girls Club, calling it the spiritual successor. It was funny, ridiculous, and disturbingly catchy. By the end of the week, even people who'd never heard of Baddies USA could quote lines from the fight like it was a movie script. But beneath the laughter, there was something raw about it all. People could see pieces of themselves in the drama, sibling rivalry, jealousy, pride, pain. That's why it hit so hard. It wasn't just two reality stars fighting, it was every messy family argument ever caught on camera and blown up for the world to see. And in the age of social media, pain doesn't stay private. It trends. Celebrities started picking sides publicly. Some praised Tesehki for standing her ground. Others defended Chrisean, saying she'd been through too much to be judged. Even those who didn't care before were suddenly deeply invested. It was giving Oscars for drama, and everyone wanted front row seats. Talk shows started inviting body language experts, and podcasts turned the incident into hour-long debates about sisterhood, fame, and the price of clout. The memes kept the fire alive. One viral post read, "The Rock sisters fighting harder than Congress ever did," while another said, "If this doesn't win an Emmy, we riot." Every joke added more gasoline to the fire. It became impossible to escape. Even scrolling your feed meant witnessing the fallout. And the craziest part? The more people criticized it, the more they watched. Hate watching became the new fandom. Meanwhile, Chrisean and Tesehki continued their silent war. No apologies, no explanations, just subliminal posts and side-eye emojis. Fans clung to every cryptic caption like it was a clue in a treasure hunt. "When I said I was done, I meant it," Chrisean posted one night. Minutes later, Tesehki replied with, "Done doesn't always mean finished." That alone fueled another 24-hour news cycle. They didn't need a press release, they had Instagram stories. The producers couldn't believe their luck. Ratings skyrocketed. Subscriptions soared. And while critics called it toxic entertainment, Zeus executives were probably toasting with champagne labeled "drama pays." Because in today's world, chaos is currency, and the Rock sisters just printed a whole lot of it. The episode finally aired in full, and viewers nearly broke the internet trying to stream it. Watching it in HD was even more intense than the leaks. You could feel the rage, the pain, the history in every scream. And when it ended, the silence was deafening. The kind of silence that says, "We've just witnessed something bigger than TV." For once, fans didn't know whether to cheer, cry, or reload for the next episode. But one thing was certain. This was no longer just a fight between two sisters. It was a cultural moment, a warning, a reflection of how fame twists family into a spectacle. And whether you loved it or hated it, you couldn't look away. When the dust finally settled, the world was left staring at the aftermath like witnesses at the scene of a beautiful disaster. The fight had ended, but the chaos had just begun. Social media timelines looked like digital war zones. Hashtags about forgiveness battled, hashtags demanding accountability. Fans turned from detectives into therapists, analyzing every screenshot as if the fate of the planet depended on it. And in the middle of that storm sat Chrisean and Tesehki, two sisters turned public gladiators, their every breath feeding an audience that couldn't get enough. Chrisean's next move came like a thunderclap. She dropped a cryptic post that read, "Blood don't make you loyal," and the internet collectively gasped like they'd just seen a plot twist in Game of Thrones. Within seconds, blogs were posting screenshots, headlines were multiplying like rabbits, and reaction videos filled YouTube faster than ads during Super Bowl weekend. Everyone wanted to decode what she meant. Was it a warning, a confession, a PR move, or just another rock-style bombshell designed to keep the world watching? Whatever it was, it worked. She had everyone's attention again. Meanwhile, Tesehki wasn't staying quiet either. She went live looking calm, collected, and borderline smug, a contrast so sharp it cut through the chaos. "I'm not here for fake love," she said, her tone smooth but heavy with meaning. People show their true colors when the cameras roll. That line became an instant classic. Twitter turned it into a quote template. TikTok creators used it for breakup edits. And somewhere in Zeus headquarters, an intern was probably adding it to the season trailer in slow motion. But while the internet laughed, reposted, and picked sides, something deeper started shifting. Brands that had once courted the sisters for sponsorships began quietly backing away. One hair company removed a photo of Chrisean from its homepage for rebranding. Reasons. Another influencer hinted that a planned collaboration with Tesehki was postponed indefinitely. The entertainment industry loves drama until it threatens to spill over into liability. And the Rock sisters were now talking PR nightmares with millions of viewers tuning in. Still, the sisters didn't flinch. If anything, they doubled down. Chrisean's live streams became confessionals. She laughed, cried, shaded, and preached, all in one sitting. Her fans called it raw. Her critics called it delusion. But everyone watched. Every tear, every rant, every sudden mood shift became content. Meanwhile, Tesehki started using her platform to speak her truth too, posting videos about growth, boundaries, and not tolerating toxic energy. The irony was delicious. The sisters had gone from fighting in the same room to fighting for digital sympathy, and both were winning in their own twisted way. Behind the cameras, Zeus executives were scrambling to figure out how to control the wildfire they'd accidentally created. They wanted to milk the chaos without letting it burn down the brand. Insiders claimed there were meetings about spin-offs, redemption arcs, even a Rock family reunion special. Because in Hollywood, nothing heals faster than ratings. The more intense the feud, the more potential for profit. It was a business model built on breakdowns, and it was working flawlessly. But the real impact hit their family. Relatives started unfollowing each other, posting vague messages about peace and distance. Old friends took sides. One cousin went viral for saying, "We've knew this was coming." Suddenly, the Rock family wasn't just trending, they were unraveling in real time. Fans who once laughed at the drama started realizing there were actual lives being torn apart behind the memes. But empathy doesn't trend nearly as well as chaos. Then came the interviews. Talk shows and podcasts fought to book either sister first. Everyone wanted the exclusive. Tesehki appeared on one platform and said, "People don't know half the story," while Chrisean popped up elsewhere saying, "They tried to make me look crazy." It became dueling narratives, two sides of the same hurricane. Every new quote sparked another wave of think pieces. Was Tesehki justified? Is Chrisean misunderstood? Are we watching trauma or television? The line between reality and entertainment had officially disintegrated. The audience couldn't get enough of it. Viewers were treating the sisters like fictional characters in a Netflix saga rather than real people. One viral tweet said, "This season of Baddies feels scripted by the devil and directed by chaos." And honestly, they weren't wrong. Every time the internet tried to move on, another leak, another comment, another shade post would drag them right back in. It was a never-ending soap opera, raw, messy, and addictive. Public perception began to twist. Chrisean, once adored for her authenticity, started getting labeled unhinged and out of control. Meanwhile, Tesehki was suddenly the calm sister, the voice of reason, a narrative shift so drastic even fans didn't know how to feel. But that's the thing about the internet. It builds idols just to tear them down and then rebuild them for another round of clicks. Every downfall is a prequel to a comeback. And just when everyone thought it couldn't get wilder, Zeus announced a Baddies USA Aftermath special. The teaser alone broke the internet again. It promised never-before-seen footage, unfiltered confessions, and a tagline so dramatic it could have been written by Shakespeare on caffeine. When family becomes fame, loyalty dies last. The audience lost its mind. You could almost hear the collective gasp across the timeline. People who had never watched Baddies USA suddenly needed to catch up just to be part of the chaos. Behind all the entertainment, though, the toll was showing. Both sisters looked exhausted in their appearances. Chrisean admitted she felt betrayed by people she thought were family. Tesehki hinted that she'd been done dirty by producers who wanted ratings over reality. The machine was starting to eat its creators. What had begun as a fight for respect had turned into a televised emotional breakdown with no clear winners. Fame had done what fame always does, magnified pain until it became profitable. Yet somehow, the sisters still found ways to feed the cycle. Their mutual silence would last just long enough for people to think the drama was over, then one of them would post something cryptic that reopened the wound. "You can't build peace with liars," one post read. "Truth always exposes fake love," replied the other. The internet treated those captions like battle cries. Fans screenshot, dissected, and debated like theologians studying ancient texts. Every emoji became evidence. Every like became a clue. As the smoke cleared, the world realized something chilling. The Rock sisters weren't just reality stars anymore. They were symbols of modern fame itself. Raw, chaotic, brutally transparent, and impossible to look away from. Their feud wasn't an episode. It was a mirror reflecting a culture addicted to spectacle. The viewers were complicit, cheering for pain dressed as entertainment. And deep down, everyone knew it. But they kept watching anyway. The final twist came when both sisters dropped new projects within weeks of each other. Chrisean teased new music laced with lyrics about betrayal and loyalty. Tesehki announced a brand collaboration promoting self-worth and sisterhood. The irony was so thick you could bottle it and sell it. Critics accused them of capitalizing on the chaos. Fans defended them, saying they were turning pain into power. Either way, both women turned scandal into strategy. And they knew exactly what they were doing. By the end of it all, Baddies USA had cemented its place in pop culture history, not for glamour or inspiration, but for showing the world that in 2025, fame doesn't come from talent or art. It comes from who can survive the most public meltdown and come back stronger. And when it comes to surviving chaos, the Rock sisters just proved they're built for it. And there you have it. The storm that made Baddies USA the wildest, most talked about circus in reality TV history. The Rock sisters didn't just fight. They rewrote the definition of family feud. You can't even call this drama anymore. It's art, it's chaos, it's pure entertainment wrapped in emotional trauma and high-definition lighting. Somewhere, Zeus Network is probably lighting candles and whispering thank you to the gods of viral content. But here's the real question. Whose side are you on? Are you Team Chrisean, defending her crown as the queen of unfiltered chaos? Or Team Tesehki, holding it down with calm shade and surgical precision? Drop your answer in the comments like your Wi-Fi bill depends on it, because this debate is nowhere near over. And if you thought this was the peak of messy television, think again. Around here, scandals don't sleep, they evolve. So go ahead and smash that like button like it owes you money, subscribe so you never miss the next meltdown, and hit that notification bell before someone else breaks it. Because when drama drops, we don't just talk about it. We dissect it, roast it, and serve it back sizzling hot. You're watching Vibe Crave, where reality bites harder than truth and every story ends with a bang. Stay tuned, because if you thought this chaos was wild, wait till you see what's coming next. Wait till you see what's coming next.